G'day everyone and welcome back to another shell finding adventure. It looks like an absolutely beautiful morning. I've just stepped down from the rocks and spotted this guy in the shadow. Please, are you nice and whole on the bottom? Ooh, it is whole. I felt that and it felt weighty. I thought it was going to be a live one. There's been a surprising amount of live bonnets around the place lately. This is very nice. I'm here very early. There's not a lot of people here yet, so I dare say I'm just the first one to spot it. It is a lovely, large, intact, banded bonnet. Anyway, the tide should be going down fairly quickly soon, so hopefully it'll be a nice day to search for some more of these. Well, I jumped down to the shore for a second to wash out my nice new bonnet, and it looks like we've got another nice shell here. It's just a bladder moon snail. They're very common, except I do like finding them when they're a little bit larger like this. The waves are still coming to the shore here. I have noticed that it is pushing some new things around or rearranging it to be easier to see what's currently here. Anyway, this is really, really nice. It's got some beautiful zigzags on top. It's a little clandestine cowrie. They are somewhat common here, but it's always hard to find a nice one with its patterning still intact. And I do want to collect this guy as well because there's been a lot of them lately. Yes, there we go. It's a telescoped dove shell. I would say very common here. We'll collect this guy because why not? Also, there is a mower in the background. If you can hear it, that is probably the mower sound. This one is a nice conical moon snail. Oh yes, we'll collect this one up. It looks like a nice large bird cardita, but unlike a lot of other bird carditas, which are usually brown, this one is a beautiful pink. They can also come in reds, oranges, and occasionally bright yellow as well. A couple of crowned cones down here. One, it looks empty. Two, yeah, looks empty and broken on that lip. Let's take a look at him. Very, very nice. That one's got some nice dark patterning. And this one, I think, is a little bit lighter, but still, every crowned cone has a different pattern. It's like a unique fingerprint for these guys. Ooh, hello, good sir. Yeah, it's pretty nice on top. I reckon this one must have just come in on a wave. Like, there's been a lot of very high waves just rushing in, and I'm like, where did all this water come from? Anyway, this one's a little juvenile cowrie. I would say it's a juvenile thick-edged cowrie. I mean, if it's not something else, it could very well be a translucent cowrie. It's hard to tell. Anyway, I do like the minis, so I think while the water is still going down a little bit slower than I expected, I might check for some minis over on that side of the beach now. I almost walked past that twice. I wasn't in the spot yet where the sun was hitting it. Oh my goodness, was this kicked? It's covered in sand. It definitely looks like a little doggy kind of like scooched it along. It is extremely nice and shiny, beautiful pinkish tone on that base too. It is a yellow-toothed cowrie. I don't know why it's called that. I don't really think it looks that yellow. The color on top is like a nice green with brown spots, although this will lighten out quite considerably as the shell material itself dries out over time. I did pick up a piece of lace coral earlier, but that one is even larger. There we go. I don't often get many this size or even many larger than that. I don't know why. I only really get the smaller clumps that wash ashore. I guess they break off from a larger one, perhaps. There are quite a few minis on this side of the beach. It's very scattered, though. I dare say that the rising tide will bring more in. I think that's not a crab. I think that's just some seaweed. This one is a little strombus shell because it looks like a lighter color around the opening. I think it is the variable strombus. One of them over here and another one over here. There's been a lot lately, or at least there was a lot on the last occasion I was here as well. They are teeny tiny little bean trivias. An alternate name for these guys is the little rice cowrie, but they are not actually cowries at all. Well, that's one funky fella. Yeah, I want to collect this guy. It's a commercial scallop. I found that a lot of the commercial scallops around here have a lot of black discoloration through their shells. Very unusual. And also there are a lot of mussel shells on the rack line today. I'm not super interested in picking up a lot of them. I think this one is a hairy mussel, though. Oh gosh, look at him. Is he whole? He is beautiful. Oh my good golly goodness. Would you look at this fella? Yes, right around that opening, so it is a little bear conch. Wow, I do not find very many nice little bear conches. That's got some very good coloration. I would say that that is getting close to maximum size for them as well. They're just truly a small conch species. And because I am the worst, we're going to follow that one up with A beautiful blotched nerite. Very, very common here. Truly, there are a lot of little minis on these little lines here. I think when they're not like a proper rack line and they're just kind of like wave lines, I think they're called swash lines. Do not quote me on any of this. Wow, he's got some nice colors. I've been doing pretty well with limpets lately. That one is a cap-shaped false limpet. And I also saw something else that took my interest. Yeah, this one. It took me a while to get my eyes back onto it. Oh my goodness, you are so small, sir. It is a little droop shell. There we go. I think it was something like a purple banded rockwhelk. Again, don't quote me on that. It's not one I see often, so I don't really memorize the name for it often. I don't actually like these shells very much, so I don't show them very much, even though they are not uncommon here. It's a slipper shell. I think it was specifically the Pritzker's slipper shell. It had an odd name named after someone. Also, the reason why the tide is going down a lot slower than I would usually hope for is because the waves are really pumping today. Those surfers have got something to be very excited about. What are you, stripy thing? Ooh, it's a lot better than I thought it was. I was looking at that under the water and I thought it was an old shell. Oh yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty smooth on the inside. It's some kind of Venus shell. I think I found one of these before. I'll have to put the name up on screen. It's not on the tip of my tongue today. Doesn't that look like a rock? Oh, it's very, very empty. Part of me was wondering if there would be anything in it because it does look so nice and shiny. It feels pretty good actually. I would say that is pretty much a maximum size eroded cowrie. Oh, hello. I just turned around and saw him. Are you crabbied? Like crabs would love this. Oh my goodness. It is not crabbied. I didn't drop it. It's not crabby because there is something in the opening, so a crab wouldn't have been able to take it. Look at this Campbell's strombus. It's got some beautiful pink up that spiral. These guys are very uncommon to find here. I find a lot of them up north at Hervey Bay, but usually almost none of them wash into the rock pools here. This one even seems like it's in very nice condition as well. Another bonnet. Are you a whole bonnet? I was not expecting that to be a whole bonnet. Off screen I've tossed away, or at least tossed aside, about 3 or 4 bonnets that looked alright but just really weren't that good, just with cracks or something. This is another lovely banded bonnet. Is that a back-to-back bonnet find? I'm counting it as a yes because it is also nice and intact. I'm having some really good luck with the banded bonnets today. Last time I was here it was all checkerboard bonnets, but no, this one's a banded bonnet because it's got all those lovely bumps around the top. If you see a checkerboard bonnet, it won't have any of those little crowned bumps. That is back-to-back-to-back-to bonnet finds. There was someone looking in this section earlier. I didn't think I'd find anything. I just wanted to backtrack anyway though. Yeah, this is the checkerboard bonnet I was literally just talking about. It's nice and smooth around that top shoulder there, so it doesn't have the bumps like the banded bonnets do. What is that? That doesn't look like... Yes, it's a nice one. It doesn't look like a bladder moon snail. Ooh, there we go. Get it into the sunlight a little bit better. It's a beautiful, oh my goodness, I think it's just an egg white moon snail. Either that or it's a very faded chestnut banded sand snail. I'm not very good at telling them apart when they fade too much. Very cute. I do like finding these. They're quite uncommon here. Well, there's no wind on this side of the lighthouse today, which is nice. But the waves are actually taller than I am. You can even see how much sea spray is in the distance. I think it's just going to be a quick look here because I'm expecting there to be a lot of sea foam in the rock pools on this side. I think you have the tip. I've been looking down here. Oh, he does have the tip. Off and on for a while. There we go, into the sunshine. Every time I want to take a better look down into these rock pools, oh, up. This happens. And everything just gets swallowed in white water. It's really a pick your moment kind of day today for the shells. I did not actually say what it was. This one is a zebra volute. We are actually at the low tide time right now and the rock pools are just absolutely almost filled to the top with water, just because these massive waves keep pushing in more and more. So it really isn't a good day for the rock pools after all with a swell this big. So we're going to go back to the minis on the other side of the lighthouse and hope that the rising tide is going to wash some more in for us. Oh my good golly goodness, please be empty. It is, of course, empty. Oh my goodness, super in love with that. It's a Nerite, so of course I like it. There really isn't too much different on the rack line over here. I've just been collecting a little handful of the usual minis. I wasn't really thinking about sticking around much longer until I saw this one. It is a polished Nerite. I think that's the name of it. Anyway, I think the polished Nerites have like 3 Nerites in that species as subspecies. We're just going to go with polished Nerite though. Super cool. I don't see many of them here, although I did find a lot of them up at Yeppoon. I just generally don't see many at this beach. There is a very nice shiny looking shell down there. It does seem empty as well. Oh, he's very nice and shiny. These guys can get very dull very quickly. It is a little gaudy dogwhelk. It seems like all of the good shells get stepped on these days. I'm sorry, you're too beautiful to be stepped on, aren't you? It's an embossed Venus. I've been finding a few nice ones of these lately. You are very oddly shaped, which is an insult. I shouldn't say that. There we go, it's actually quite a nice color on the front. It is a scaly scallop. The next time I try to do a shell display on loose dry sand, I just need someone to slap me in the face. It's a struggle. So anyway, yes, here are the shell finds for today. And if you have enjoyed this lot, please hit that like button for me and subscribe if you want to see more shelling adventures. In the end, it wasn't such a good day for the rock pools. As I said a few times, the big swell just kept pushing in more and more water, so the tide really never went down. But despite that, I was able to spot quite a few goodies. So it is, of course, time to talk about shell favorites and special mentions. So if you have favorites as well, please let me know down in the comments. I found a lot of really great bonnets. Actually, my favorite bonnet was the first one I found for the day. Nice and large and glossy. Doesn't look like it's got any major chips in that section there. They chip away pretty easily. Super cool, even got a bit of black discoloration on it. Lovely banded bonnet, gets a special mention. I might also give a special mention to, the lovely big eroded cowrie, and maybe the lovely little clandestine cowrie as well. You know what, I'm also going to give a special mention to the cap-shaped false limpet. I just thought that one was pretty cool. I didn't pick up many limpets this time, although I did off camera pick up a couple of keyhole limpets over there. And I also rather liked the funky commercial scallop, because why not? But as for the proper shell favorites, oh my good golly goodness, I think I have 3 today. The first one goes to a very, very shiny yellow-toothed cowrie. I think it was kicked on the shore somewhere. A lot of the nice shells have been kicked or stepped on lately. I don't know, I can't explain it. The next favorite goes to this absolutely beautiful little bear conch. I rarely find them this nice. This one's even got some shine on it. Super lovely colors and patterns and conditions. I think it's a bit better than the variable one, which doesn't have much shine left on it. Super lovely. But in the end, the favorite, like the biggest, bestest favorite today was the one I found almost last when I was like about ready to give up and go. It is a beautiful polished Nerite. I gotta say, when I get them from here, they're usually a kind of gray-green color like this with the yellow dot. Although when I was up at Yeppoon, I was finding like purple ones and yellow ones and red ones. Super bizarre. But yeah, this one is lovely and large and nice and shiny. I think it's called a polished Nerite because that base there looks kind of like it's been polished. But anyway, yes, that one is the final favorite of the day. And that's it for this time, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.